Hello and welcome. My name is Brynskov. I'm the chair of OESC, and it's my great pleasure to share with you the CITYxCITY Festival recorded sessions. We had 30 sessions from around the world. CITYxCITY means citizen to citizen, community by community, city by city, country by country, and even continent by continent. This is an opportunity to share, to learn, and also to form a joint vision of where we are going in the digital transformation. This last year has taught us a lot about being together, unfortunately, also apart. But it actually has not only taught us what we can do with technology, it certainly has shown many of the limitations. The limitations, of course, to our interactions and how we do business, but also the challenges in just sharing data, in providing services, in being agile, in being open without becoming vulnerable. This is what OESC and especially the CITYxCITY Festival addresses. We had 1,800 registered attendees, way more than ever before, with more than 3,000 actually showing up because everything is open and free. So we also have to learn what can we take from the digital side, which is an improvement, inclusivity, for instance, easier access. We don't have to go on a plane to get to the venue. On the other hand, meeting physically does something. We forge bonds, we talk, we go back, and we have created new strong links between people and communities. I invite you to have a glimpse at some of the highlights of the year and a few announcements. OESC has welcomed a few quite large chapters in the past year. So I want to mention South Korea and Turkey. Welcome, and we are so happy to see how the partnerships around the globe are coming together. This represents not only a lot of people, but also a considerable buying power. So when we think about what are the great forces that are shaping our digital world, well, actually, we as communities, as countries, have a big say when we buy. Speaking of partners, we have our strategic partners that we have worked with for a long time, but also new ones are joining. I'm especially happy to mention a newly signed partnership agreement with My Data Global. You see the 3 dots indicating there are many more. Among the core partners that ensure the neutral operation of OESC, we are very, very happy to welcome Fraunhofer. Thank you for joining, and we look forward to our partnership. Speaking of the providers of such services, it's key that cities and communities do not build themselves. So again, it's my great pleasure to announce enterprise partnerships with some really substantial companies that are really dedicated to supporting the needs of cities and communities following what we have here today. So Amazon Web Services, Vastu Group from Finland, and I'm sure you may have heard of the platform of trust which they operate. They are also announced now as the My Data operators of the city of Helsinki. Atos, global company, Olympic sponsor, needs no mention further. Deloitte is well known in the consulting business and beyond, and NEC from Japan. A warm welcome. It's essential that we have suppliers that can actually make these goals be reachable and make the market happen. Thank you for joining this journey. Then I also want to mention that we have a lot of small and medium-sized companies joining here at CITYxCITY and ready to deliver on the needs for the cities and communities. I'm very proud actually to be able to present these partnerships today. And I think it marks a milestone for OASC. With such partners, it's incredible to see not just the potential that's there, but also how it's becoming real. OASC introduces a new brand called CITYxCITY. You have seen already now the CITYxCITY Festival, and that is, of course, our events. Now there's also to be introduced here at the CITYxCITY Festival, the CITYxCITY Academy. And finally, there is the CITYxCITY Catalog. The Academy and Catalog are really essential. The Academy is where you learn. It's free. You learn from other communities. You learn from our partners, and you get the bits and pieces that you need to move on in the digital transformation. With the Catalog, there's actually services that you can buy. It's work in progress, but the partners I see coming together about this very powerful idea about a catalog for cities, by cities, meaning that the only ones who decide what is good enough to get on the catalog is the mandate from a lot of cities. That is unique, and that is really incredible to see. Also, we are extending the meaning of OASC. The board has suggested to the General Assembly later this year that we increase the meaning of OASC from Open and Agile Smart Cities to become Open and Agile Smart Cities and Communities, reflecting actually the conversation we had in the opening here 2 years ago with Roberto Viola from the European Commission, strongly encouraging to be more focusing on the continuum of communities than only on cities. We agree. Finally, a few words on actually the core work of OASC, the minimal interoperability and the mechanisms. I don't want to go into details here, but just to say that the core ones that you always need to find, understand, and deliver data on known terms are shaping up really well and are being deployed. The personal data management and fair AI they've never been more relevant. And we see, for instance, with the work together by Amsterdam and Helsinki, who are the champions of these in the area of the artificial intelligence registry with personal data management and so on, we are really moving ahead. Then on the horizon, what we think would be relevant to discuss with the Technical Council, with the Council of Cities and Communities, as really, should we do more to get alignment within the geospatial information space on core capabilities, and the same in the circular economy, circular resource management is what has been proposed. So we will continue the conversation, and we invite everybody who wants to engage to reach out. So that's the CITYxCITY Festival. Now I will take you back to the live recording and the opening session. Please explore the sessions. I think they were really inspiring. Thanks to the entire team. Thanks to all the participants, and thanks to the community for showing up on both sides of the market and everywhere around the world. Thank you, and now back to the opening session.